Okay, under the dash, first things first, here we are at the glove box. This trim panel underneath has to come off. As you can see, there's a little bit of, there's a couple of clips there. Those are gonna come off. Then we can take that out. And then there's gonna be bolts under here. There should be one here, 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 here. And there's back here too. But we gotta be careful with this. You don't wanna break this. So we're gonna pop this off. The proper way would be to take this off, but I am not going through that again. So I'm just gonna pop this off slightly. Let's get this out, because we need to get the evaporator housing from there out. Okay, so now that the clips are out, this piece now can come down. So you see it has those clips that just go in there, and then those are the 4 holes that hold it up into place. These are the clips. Typical interior clip. Just gotta pop that out. Get that to pop down a little bit, and then use a tool like this to get behind the body. Just pry it down gently, and then you're good to go. And now we got these 10mm bolts. Okay, right there, right there. We're gonna unbolt that one, and I gotta pull this out a little bit. Like I said, this behind there, and this frame has to come out. And then we can get to everything. Okay, so glove box is out. Okay, so once you take off these 2 10mm nuts that go here and here, and this clip right here, there's like a little shock absorber for the glove compartment. Just take this, it's a little Phillips, take that off. The entire glove box will just come out. And now that we have it open, I already took this. This is a bolt. Like I said, these are 2 nuts. This gotta loosen up, this gotta loosen up, this gotta loosen up, that gotta loosen up. Okay, so there's another one here. Okay, like I said, there's one back here. And then gently, oh, and right here as well. And then you can take this frame out, because this frame is in the way. This is our evap box right here. So we got a couple things to unplug, and there is a couple of bolts that hold this in as well. Once we loosen that, we can get this out, and then we'll go through the process of opening this box up and replacing the evap housing that's in here. And we can put this all back together, and then complete more repairs for the AC under the hood to update this entire system. Okay, so now all of the bolts are out, and this is what we were talking about. So when you pull this out just a little bit, there's where one Phillips is. Okay, there's another Phillips that's back there. If you're gonna be able to see it, there's one that's there. Okay, as well as the one that's here. Those are Phillips. Once you get those, now our frame is loose enough to pop out. But just be gentle with this piece here. And just to give you guys a heads up, it does have these little tabs. Alright, this one didn't make it, but it is bolted in, so it's not a big deal. Okay, and that's what you got to do to get this frame out. And now that the frame is down, we got 2 electrical connectors here. Just bear in mind the green wire, I don't know if it's going to focus, is a black and red striped wire, and the black, which is the ground, is just regular black wire. And then we also have a, for the light down there, I just gotta unplug that. Don't worry about that wire, that's from my double din unit. I believe that was for a rear camera or something. And then the rest is gonna be electrical connections when we take the evap box out. But just take this out, keep the colors in mind, because then it's not gonna know when it's open or closed. Your light's not gonna work here when you open the box, or it's gonna stay on and kill your battery. So keep that in mind. Okay, now that the box is out, the frame to the box is out of the way, this relay slides onto here. I just took that off. This plug is from here. That just comes off. Okay. I'm gonna have to unbolt this piece of vent. Take this out. Just keep in mind, if you pull it out, the orientation. Under here, we got those two bolts. That's gonna come out. That's the condensation line, the drain. That's gonna come off and probably stay in place. And then on the top, if we're gonna be able to see it here, right up where my finger is, up here, there's another bolt that you're gonna have to take out. Up here, so you gotta push this little material thing out of the way. It's actually pretty nice Nissan put this in here. When you open the glove box, you don't see the back of the mechanism in there and stuff. It just shows they really thought this car through when they made it. It might be a little over engineered, but these sometimes those little details like that come in handy. So let's unbolt this and pull this out. Alright guys, now that all is said and done, box is out. I want to give you guys a couple of little tips here. So what I found as I was pulling it out, this was extremely tight and a little difficult to get this box out. Okay, so what I found was definitely take off the two nuts in the back, even though the bottom of the box has slotted tabs. The top one, you're going to want to pull it down to get it below here. Now what I found to be in the way was the wood cover for the ECU. The wood cover, yes, the wood cover. Most of you know how to do a cover, but if you're new to it, this is wood and it is from the factory. But it was nice of Nissan. Try to make sure the carpenters of Japan had work as well. Hey, they're all inclusive, right? Gotta give it to them. All right, and then also behind this cover that goes here is a piece of the AC duct right here. Okay, it's just held in on the side by this little plastic clip. This part of it is what goes into the piece that was on the frame on the bottom that we took out. So this was extremely helpful to take out. And the reason for the cover, the ECU cover, to take it down is these tabs kept getting hung up underneath of the cover right around here. So take this down and pull it down just a hair, and then to the side just a little bit with that vent out of the way and that cover, and it'll slide out pretty easy. Gotta give it just a little bit to get out, but before you know it, you'll have it out. And then here we go, we have our box, it's out, and this is gonna get rebuilt with a new unit, with a new thermal expansion valve, with some new cork tape. Okay, for installation, you can buy that by the roll. It's all over Amazon, everywhere. See, this is different from the new one. This is the old style. The new style one you have has a pipe that goes on here, and this is gonna go, I believe, onto the evaporator unit. But when we rebuild the box, I'll show you how to do it. Also, while we're in here, some people are gonna say it's a bad idea. Some people are gonna say it's the best idea. It's up to you. While we are behind here, that is the infamous main engine harness that you cannot get out of the car without two miracles because of that plate, that shield right there. So now is the time to either take that nut off and leave it loose, or take it out and just leave it out. I'm gonna end up taking it out because, like, in another video, if you guys haven't seen it, or if I haven't posted it yet, I'm LS swapping this car. So I do have to take that harness out, no matter what. So for me, it's not a big deal. I care less. I gotta rip this harness out anyway, so it makes life easier for me to go and take that nut, take that plate off, so that I can get that main harness out as easy as possible. Okay? It's as simple as that. Some guys I've heard have been able to get their hands under there to loosen those bolts. I don't know, that is so tight under there. I don't know how anybody get their hands in there. And I do this stuff for a living, so maybe, I don't know, take the ECU out, might be able to get in there with a long ratchet wrench with a flex head, maybe. But if you're doing this job, just an idea, just make life easy in the future. So, all right, till the next video, or part of this video when we rebuild this. This is the completion of removing the evap box out of the 300ZX Z32. And again, this is a 1993. So this is a R12 setup. Guys who have 94 and up, you're gonna have a 134 setup. So the evap box is gonna be a little bit different. But it should be pretty much all be the same. All right. So later in the video or the next one, see you guys.